So here's the boring RTV expansion test part 2, and again, you know, this will not be an exciting video, so this is the results section. I'll put an annotation in for the beginning, the method and sort of setup, and you know, if this isn't interesting, just turn it off now. This is not going to be an exciting video. So here we can see we waited Monday to Friday to make sure that all the RTV was cured and such, and just to sort of see what we got. Observations. Well, first, in this case, we can see the RTV did not adhere to the plastic, so sticking was not an issue. The other thing we'll notice is if you look at these ends, and I'm not sure how well the video is going to pick this up, you can see they're slightly concave. So it appears that the RTV shrank a little bit. If you squeeze the tube, however, what you notice is that it also shrank inside here. So while the edges, it seems, kept the RTV the full width, I guess mechanically being shaped for some reason, in the center here, by mechanically shaped, I mean like it formed a little lip over the edge, and that's how it held on. Just an assumption, not necessarily accurate. But you can see in the center here, it's actually not stuck to the straw at all. It shrank, so the straw is no longer full of RTV. So I can't really quantify the dimple very well in the end. It's so small. I mean, this is saying it's a quarter of a millimeter. It's negligible, but this straw was full when we started, and now it's not. So let's see if I can push this whole thing out. There we go. Oh, it appears it did not cure in the center. Well, that's interesting. So leaving that much time for it to cure was inadequate, and we did not see we did not see a full test. Maybe it means this methodology is flawed, what have you, but interesting. What can we draw from this? Well, there doesn't seem to be any measurable swelling. Certainly any claims of 10% swelling of overall length, volume, etc. is inaccurate. I'm questioning now my my assertion that it shrank in the center, because what I could have perceived as shrinking was more likely the fact that it was slightly squishy, although it would only squish a little bit, so my guess is what was happening was I was squishing it until the pressure equalized, and the pressure increased in there, and hydraulic force was keeping me from squeezing it any further, so some minor loss of volume may have occurred. And I guess in the meantime I will rethink this experiment, because it appears only that much of the RTV. What's that? Maybe 7 millimeters or so. Do we have an airsoft BB? There must be an airsoft BB somewhere on this bench. Just for visual comparison. But yeah, you can. These are the results, and I guess if people have, maybe it's more like 8 millimeters. If people have some sort of comment on a better way to run this experiment, I am all ears. But at the moment, all I can say is that while there was no curing in the center, it is still presumably a liquid, so it's incompressible, and there was no swelling observed. So while we did have less cured RTV than we would otherwise have liked, it's still not showing any expansion. And I would also say that for the purposes of this experiment, the argument that this would have swelled enough to drive an R-hop out of the barrel window, we're seeing nothing to support that conclusion whatsoever. I mean, it's just it's just not giving us any indication of expansion like that. So, not sure what else can be done here, but thanks guys for watching. Again, please, if you have a better experiment, post it down below, or if you have an alternative interpretation of the results, please share that. I'd be interested to hear. And hope this was informative. Learning experience for all of us.